Okay, guys, I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. It's Saturday, and I was going to take you guys along to do the feeding this morning just to kind of show you all the stuff I do. The animals are being so difficult. Yeah, the animals are just being stupid, and I didn't think all my neighbors wanted to be woke up because I was filming and not feeding fast enough. So I just went ahead and knocked that chore out. I will bring you guys along one of these days. God, the sun is so bright. I'll bring you guys along one of these days when they're not. Maybe I'll do it this evening feeding because they're not usually as crazy and people are up. So some of the neighbors sleep in a little bit, and mine animals by 5:30, 6 o'clock, they're ready to be fed. So I did that really fast, and we're going. I already got them fed. We got a few errands to run, and then I'm going to show you. It's getting time to lock down the baby chicks or the eggs. I'm going to show you that. I got to set up their incubator, so I'll show you that. Got to get a few things in town. That's some of the errands for that, so I'll go over some of that with you, and just take you along on a few of these little chores. So yeah, come along with me today. Okay, yeah. So we use this nice sturdy tote. Again, I like clear, but they're just not as sturdy. I mean, if you find sturdy clear totes, great. But anyways, puppy pads in. So yeah. Then this is this is the other stuff I bought. I have this. I have several of them. These are awesome. You can order them on Amazon, on eBay, like all over the place. You can get the expensive, super expensive ones. Mine are usually run around $30. But they've worked. I've raised many chicks under this, and they work great. Adjustable legs. Oh, I need to clean this. I clean the top really well. It's one thing I like to do when the new babies are coming is just, if I'm using something new, just get everything sterilized and clean because they are new babies. So I didn't do the bottom. So I am going to do that before I put it in there. But it's adjustable. This is way too tall. I've used this back when I had bigger chicks. So we'll narrow it down, and I'll show you that when I actually get it set up in there. But this is something. Then this is my water. Scrubbed it all out. Got it ready to go. When I first had baby chicks, I scrubbed it out, so it's kind of... Hold on, guys. I'm trying to balance you guys here, but, what the heck? Okay, let's get this here. Yeah, I scrubbed it out, so that's why it's apart, but, when I first have newborn chicks, I don't necessarily like to use the feeder. I just usually set them up like this. Fill it up, when they're so little. And I don't use the top. I don't use this, but I have several of those. I have 50 of these things. Like I said, I just have collections and just clean them up. I scoured them all real nice, got everything sanitized, so that's ready to go. So we'll get all that, put it in the brooder. I will gather some stones and wash them up and put them in here, and I will show you that. I'll show you this. I'm probably gonna get it all set up tomorrow because they're due then the next day. So I probably will have everything set up except for I don't usually do the water. So what I do when I always go to Tractor Supply, and you can get a big thing of this. They've got the Rooster Brewster, they got Drencher, they got the whole different gamuts of whatever. But this is what I've used, and it just works really well. It's just the Purina electrolytes, life, and just really gets them going. So now this is one of these packets for a gallon of water, and I use this, and I don't even know if I fill it all the way up, and I don't even measure it out. I usually just kind of, in the beginning, sprinkle it pretty lightly, and just kind of refill it. Now, you don't want usually to sit for 24 hours, so that's why you do go through almost the whole pack. I'll leave it for a day, dump it out, refill it, put fresh in, so that's how I do that. And then another thing I went and got from Tractor Supply today was, oh God, it's heavy. Was now I'll set this down so I can do it better because it's I got the chick starter grower. You could use any brand you want. People really like, you know, they got the Leanna, I don't know what it's called, Purina. You got a lot of good ones. I use the Tractor Supply, and some people will down on the Tractor Supply brand. People are actually saying basically that the Tractor Supply brand is causing their chickens not to lay. I don't know. I don't want to, make people mad. Just gonna speak from my experience. I do that. I mean, granted, my chickens do get out and graze a lot, and I do give them a bunch of scraps and veggies, and they get the grain, a little scoop of the sweet grain that I give to my. So they do have other supplements, but my chickens lay like crazy. So I don't know, if it's the brand of food you're feeding, maybe it's where you live, maybe it's you're not giving them enough extra stuff. I don't know. But in my instance, these are not show chickens. I'm not going to spend $50 for a bag of feed. I'd really rather not even spend anything on feed and just let them graze all the time. Everything's drying up. It's not as good. But when they are free ranging, they don't eat that much feed because they're getting most of what they need out here. So I don't know. Chalk it up to whatever you want. Take my advice. Don't take my advice. I'm not here for being a chicken expert. Just telling you what I do. So anyway, I do get the Dumar. It's just a 20% chick starter grower. And I just got a small bag because if I'm doing a big batch of chicks, I only put in 7 chicks and 6 of them are only what's in there in lockdown. This is going to last them forever. So, this is what I got. It's got everything they need. It's got probiotics, prebiotics. I mean, I've raised so many chicks on this. I prefer not to do medicated, but you can do medicated. Totally up to you. But, so, got all my setup here. You see, I'm getting ready. Tomorrow we will actually put it all in. I'm sure you've seen me make these brooders before, but basically buy a tote, get the lid. I like these big sturdy ones. I have used the crappier ones in, so I mean I've used the clear ones that you get for $5 or $6. I've used the blue, whatever color ones you get for $5 or $6. I had a huge, great big one that was like, geez, it was probably, these are I think 2 feet, maybe 1.5 feet. It was probably 3-4 foot, and I would like to get another one of those, and I probably will if I really, I'm starting to just get back in on it. I'm just going to grind it out and do it because I was making pretty good money off these guys, and that's what this whole farm's about. But got this one. Normally these things are like $15-20. I don't know, they're expensive. Home Depot's having a clearance, and I just bought one. I should have bought a bunch, but anyways, this is a 14, I think it's a 14 gallon, might be a 27 gallon, I'm not sure. But basically, you get the tote, you get the lid, cut out whatever you want. You still want it to have like a sturdiness to it, so you have to be careful where you cut. If you cut too much, then there's like no, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but structure to it, I guess. And then you can take chicken wire, or I had hardwire cloth, and basically I take zip ties, tie them up, that locks on there, boom, good to go. The cord will come out here for that. Some people still like the heat lamps. I used them for a while, so I'm not gonna dog on people who use heat lamps because they are super cheap and they're very readily available in every feed store. If you're a first-time chick mom, you see those cute little fuzzy butts in the little bins at Tractor Supply. You're like, I just gotta get them, and now I don't have nothing, so I'm just gonna run and go, get whatever they have here. I use heat lamps forever. Not my favorite, but I used them. As long as you're really careful, it's not a problem. I mean, it's not something. So I have a spare room, and I do usually keep these guys maybe a week, possibly 2. It just depends. With only 7 or 6, I probably will keep them 2 weeks. Got a lot. They get stinky fast. These, I don't care how big it is, your brooder, it's gonna get stinky fast. Then I have a barn I usually put them in, but I'm gonna put them in the chicken coop now that I have the new shed chicken coop, and I'll show you guys all of that. I'm gonna try to put them in there. Eventually, I'm gonna try to build a structure with probably hardwire or chicken wire. I'm not sure yet, of like an actual stable brooder that's always in my coop. So that's something I'm trying to do. I should get the materials and kind of figure out what I want. But anyways, back to my heat lamp. If you do use a heat lamp, it is kind of nice because you can set the heat lamp on here. and it's not going to fall in there and catch a baby on fire, burn them, or whatever. Like, it's sturdy. It can't go in there. The only problem with that is the fact of when they're babies, those heat lamps are really, 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 really hot. I forget the wattage of those, like, big red bulbs you get, or they make white bulbs. They're serious. So if it was big enough and you could put it on one side and they can go from back and forth, that's fine. But you're supposed to, like, raise them up, and you could just use, like, a lower wattage, not those big heat lamps. I've done where I've just gotten, like, high-powered regular light bulbs, and done those where I just change the light bulb rather than the height. But it is kind of hard, but it is safer this way because they can't fall in there. Like, if you clamp it, they always have those clamps, and you clamp it to the side, there's always that chance that somehow it gets in there, and especially if you have this puppy pad or the wood pads, that's gone, that's fire. So my suggestion, if you're doing it one time only, one time deal, you could probably make those heat lamps work. I probably have 3 or 4 of them in that barn right now that I'm gonna throw. We're gonna have a big yard sale. I'm just gonna throw them in the yard sale because it's just not really my thing anymore. I may keep them because you can put them on baby goats if it's very chilled, and I mean, it would be something I have to watch, but maybe, I don't know, I'm up on the fence on that. But the Premier, I think it's Premier One, makes one that's a little more safe than those just big metal ones you get from Tractor Supply. So that may be something to look into if that's kind of what you're into. But I would suggest go online, even your cheapest heat plate. I mean, they make them, they get pretty expensive. But this guy literally was, oh God, maybe $24 to $30 is what you're probably going to spend on them. And to me, they're worth their weight in gold for safety and the fact that these chicks thrive under this. You can raise it up and down. Like I said, I got 3 or 4 of them. If I got more chicks, I can put more of those in there. But, 6 chicks, that's going to be more than plenty. They make like a dome that goes on top so chicks can't poop on it. Would be nice. I've never done it. Just whatever. You can like cut cardboard on there and then you just take the cardboard off. That would be probably a smart idea. I'm all about frugalness, so like do whatever is cheap and works and is healthy for your chicks. They make like feathers. They go around it to mimic mom. I've never had to have that. If you like that and you want your chicks to have that, I'm not going to dog it, but I've never done that, and they learn day one within a minute of that's my heat. Come out, eat, drink that. So, anyways, that's what I got for now. What I bought from Tractor Supply and what I already have. And tomorrow we'll actually get it in there, set it up, and then Monday, because this is Saturday, tomorrow Sunday, Monday we'll be having chicks. I do have to work, so I'm hoping I catch it. I should have timed that better, but it was just like when you collect the eggs and you got enough, you don't want to wait that much longer, because the fresher the eggs, the better, and that's just kind of how it worked out. I usually try to plan it where they're going to be on like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but it didn't happen. I'm not worried about it. I mean, if you guys missed the hatch, I'm hoping I could get my son or my husband to just at least film it, and then I can show you. And I did set them later, so I'm hoping they would hatch later. I get off pretty early, so hopefully we'll see it. But stay tuned. I got some more stuff that we might do later. I'm not sure what's all going on, but we still have to go check the incubator, make sure that the temperature and humidity are staying kind of where we want it for the lockdown. And one thing I do like to do is during lockdown, some chicks, even though it's 21 days, and I've been pretty good about almost on the dot 21 days, you could have an early or a late hatch. So I'm constantly just like got the flashlight. This one I don't need it so much. My little giant, you need the flashlight a lot more, but just looking for pips, just so you can see. So you could just from now on till this time just start checking pips. But usually 21 days is like on. So this is day 19. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna bring y'all along this, and stay tuned. We'll go in here in a little bit and get the check the temperature, and then tomorrow I'll show you me setting this whole thing up.